Just stepping in, it's the 85th minute of play. So we've got 5 minutes of regulation left and we've got stoppage time. Since you last came on, we had a goal from Alexander-Arnold. So it was a set piece. Alexander-Arnold passed his set piece rating, got a shot on target, and it got past Fabianski for a 4-1 now. Alexander-Arnold has got an awesome card, but he's scoring way too many goals in this trial, in these tests. So I wouldn't be surprised if he got 5 or 6 goals, and he only really got 2 in the season, in the Premier League season anyway. So, but that's part of the adjustments that will have to be made. We then had a pretty cool thing where Mohamed Salah, who was going to be replaced in the 79th minute, he was in a foul battle, and he got fouled in the 79th minute and a set piece for the Liverpool. But it was actually the 79th minute in the real game when Jota came on for Salah. So it must have been quite a rough foul, and Salah went off. Since that time, it's just been a little bit of back and forth. At the moment, we've got 22 shots for Liverpool as opposed to 8 for West Ham. So in the real game, it was 22 shots. So we've got probably about 8 or so minutes left. Let's play that out and see how close we get. Away right forward. They don't have a right forward or a forward 3. So that is going to be just a blank 30 seconds. And a home defender 2, 36. That's Canade. 36 is also a blank. So that minute, nothing really happened of note. We got an action, and we got a header battle, and that's between the midfielder 1 for Liverpool and the midfielder 3 for West Ham. Now, midfielder 1 header Fabinho for Liverpool is a 6. The away team midfielder 3 they do not have. So the little red reading that you won't be able to make out on the camera is for the left midfielder. So the left midfielder is Mark Noble. His heading rating is a 5. So Fabinho's heading rating is a 6 versus a 5. 6 versus the home team, and a 5, the away team wins this one. So the defence wins, and it's a +2. They move to 28 control points for the second half, up against Liverpool's 49. So Liverpool are dominating. Obviously the 4-1 scorecard. Pitch control, defender 3. There's no defender 3 for Liverpool in the central, but there's a 1. So it's 15 to Van Dijk. It's a header battle. His header is an 8. He's coming up against the forward 2, which is Fornals, whose header is a 4. An 8 versus a 4. The home team win it. So the attack win, it's a +2. So nice header there by Virgil van Dijk. Into the 88th minute. Pitch control, left forward, 65 for Luis Diaz. 65 for Luis Diaz is a creative pass. So we have 1 point for pitch control, 30 seconds off. And let's have a look at the creative pass. Left forward receiving rating for the shot. Now, he's not going to receive his own pass, but we can have a look at the little red up here, which is an F3. We don't have an F3, we've only got 1 central, so nothing happens. No one there to take his creative pass. Home left midfielder. We don't have a left midfielder for Liverpool. Opposition manager choice. We're choosing Antonio. We roll the 56, but 56 is a blank square. So a waste of a manager's choice. Home right midfielder. We don't have a right midfielder, but we do have a midfielder 3 in Jordan Henderson, and that's a 41. It's a P for pressure. His pressure is an 8. It's within the pressure rating, but on the skill win, there's no reward. Pitch control, defender 3. We don't have a defender 3 in the centre there, so opposition defender choice. So it must be a defender. Let's go to Ben Johnson. And it's a foul battle yellow card. Okay, so we're going to battle here. So there could be a yellow card on offer. We got 2 fouls conceded for Johnson. He's coming up against Diaz, the left forward, who's got a 5 conceded. So home team 5 versus 2. It's going to be the foul on the home team, Luis Diaz. And that's 1-5, so it's going to be a set piece. So basically we have a foul and a set piece. We've got a foul against Liverpool. We've got half a minute for that and half a minute to set up the set piece. Now Luis Diaz goes into the book in the 89th minute with a yellow card. So we've got Van Dijk and Diaz in the book for Liverpool. In the 90th minute, there was a little dot there, so we've got James Milner coming on for Keita. So we'll just put James Milner in the game. Set piece time for West Ham. And the ball hits the wall and drops with a midfielder 2 who shoots. Sussek's got it. He's got a 23 on target to 24 and he just misses. So he takes a shot, Sussek. And I've got to write him in because he hasn't had a shot yet. And it's off target. Pitch control left mid or mid 2. We got an 11 for Milner who's just newly on. It's a header. His header's a 6. The 9 is out of range though. So that's 90 minutes gone. So we just got to calculate stoppage time. In the first half you roll 1 dice and half it, rounding up. In the second half you just take whatever comes up. So 4 minutes of stoppage time. So we're going to go through to 94 minutes, which is basically 8 actions. Away right mid, 43, that's Benrahma. Benrahma's got a blank on that. Away left forward, they don't have a left forward or forward 3, so that's a blank, that's 91st minute gone. Pitch control left mid, they do have a midfielder 3, and that's Jordan Henderson at 32, and he's also got a blank. Away right defender, 53 on Ben Johnson, he's also got a blank, so these minutes are flying by. Pitch control, there's no forward 3, there is a left forward, 14 on Diaz, and it's a dribble battle. So a dribble battle for Diaz, he's a dribble of 7 on the attacking side. He's coming up against the left defender. There's an 8. 7 versus 8 for the home team. It is a home team victory and it's +2 and double cash. So as we talked about before, the cash is 30 seconds of play. So double cash is 1 minute of play, 2 30-second increments. So we have basically 90 seconds left, and we've got guaranteed control for Liverpool for the next 60 seconds. Left midfielder, midfielder 1. Midfielder 1 is 62, and that's a long pass for 1 pitch control point. We've got a home midfielder 3. We've got a header battle, Henderson for the home team. At midfielder 3, but because it's a cash, he's won that battle already. So having a look at the battle, it's a +2, or if the attacking winner is 3 exclamation points, a choice between a long shot and -10. Now, Jordan Henderson is the attacking winner, but he's only got 2 exclamation points. So he just takes the 2 points and is done with it. So that's 93.5 minutes gone, and we've got 1 more action left, the last 30 seconds, and this one it can be won by anyone. It's an away midfielder 2, 56, we got Sussek. 56 is a pressure battle. He is a 5. He has taken on the defender 1. The defender 1 pressure is 6 defensively, so it's a 6 versus 5. The home team wins, the defense wins, and it's +1. So the full-time whistle goes, and it's a comprehensive 4-1 victory for Liverpool. We'll be back with the final stats. Okay, so I've done the stats up. So in the second half, the Liverpool had 65% of the ball. as opposed to West Ham's 35. And overall in the game, Liverpool had 63% of the ball. So in the real match, they had 69% and won 1-0. This time they won 4-1. Now the shots, 6 for 22 for Liverpool. In the real game, they had 5 for 22, so very close. And 2 for 9 for West Ham. And they had 4 for 13 in the real game. So obviously kind of close to the real game, probably a little bit more passing around by Liverpool in the real game, and a bit tighter defence from West Ham. We did get 1 goal from our forward Luis Diaz, and then we had 2 from Alexander-Arnold at right back and 1 from Keita in the midfield. We had a defender, Creswell, scoring a counter for West Ham. So Liverpool now go to 16 wins, 4 losses and 7 draws for 55 points. So if they keep winning, they'll get closer and closer to their record. I think they might have, they did miss a game in one of the rounds, so I think they might have 12 games left. But yeah, that's tactical football. So you saw a little bit there. The video quality was not the best, but it basically brings in players on their player cards and their grids, and also battling others. There's going to be some fairly good changes once I do finish this replay. There will be sort of a little bit of a different battle thing. I think I'm going to have some play cards for that with positional play involved, so it would show where on the field the battle is, and from there you'd be able to choose from a few players, or the dice would choose from a few players who gets the ball and who they're going against and what battle it's going to be. So the battles are pressure, dribble, fouls, and also, what have we got? Heading battles as well. And what will probably happen is I'll probably split the field into 25 sections. I'm going to see if I can bring that up actually. I was going to show it previously, but I didn't. Now this might be a little bit hard to see, and this is for my rugby league game, the Code of 13. Earlier on last week, I was doing the baseball rules for Flipkart Baseball, and I had an idea that I sort of ran with. I quickly in the next couple of days got down a few ideas, but this is a double-sided fact card. This is one side of it here for the rugby league game, but this is basically the rugby league student football. But it sort of shows you where the ball is in their area of the pitch, where they're attacking from. So I'm thinking we could probably use this for tactical football as well, for the battle and the location of the battle. Obviously we'll use a round ball in there, but I'm thinking like this can be 20 meters. So 20 meters, 40 meters, 60 meters, 80 meters, 100 meters to the goal. And then you'll have like the area where the left defender is, the 3 central defenders and the right defender, going up to the midfield, going up to attacker. Obviously there'll be crossover between the defence and the midfielders in that row, and crossover between the attack and the midfielders in that row. But every time you, if there's 100 cards, there'll be 1 each in each area for our 4 battle areas, which is the fouls, the dribble battles, the pressure battles, and the heading battles. And depending on where it is, the players in that area of the pitch will come into the battle, and we'll get results from that. So I thought that might be a good way to do the battle. Obviously that'll be the second version once I go through this replay and I get all the stats for it. So that's the sort of way that that's heading. Also with the creative passes, at the moment we've just got sort of one option on the creative pass. The game is called Tactical Football. So when we roll creative passes on the next version, there's going to be 1, 2, or 3 options for the team to take. So it might be option 1 is a shot, but maybe it's a less of a chance of a shot, something like that. Maybe option 2 is one where it's got to go by a receiving rating before he can take the shot. And maybe option 3 is just like a real long shot. If you take option 1, you don't get it, you lose the ball, sort of thing. If you take option 3, you can choose to keep the ball instead of like taking a real low percentage shot, gain some control points, and reload, and try and get another better shot at goal. So there'll be a couple little things that I'm thinking about to bring it about in the updated version when that does happen. But I do have around 20 or so games, 25 games to go with this initial version to see where the stats lie, to see what I'm doing wrong in terms of getting the ball and the shots to the right players. One of the main things with games where you have no team ratings at all is getting the defense right. So just getting everything into the right percentage and the right areas, so the right people get the right amount of ball and the good defensive teams stop the right amount of shots, etc. It tends to do a pretty good, as I explained before, a pretty good job of getting the shots right for the attacking team already. But we do want to have the defense have a little bit more impact on that. So that's tactical football. I'll post those up, have a look. I might in the near future have a Manchester United, sorry, not a Manchester United, a Manchester City game, or part of that game, so you can see some of their players. We got some guys like Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri and those sort of guys, pretty good in the midfield for Manchester. So they have a lot better midfield than Liverpool would have rated for this game anyway.